I rise to speak to my amendment number 18 in this group. May I start by saying that concerning the amendment in the name of my noble friend Lord Parkinson of Whitley Bay, so effectively moved by the noble Baroness Lady Fox of Buckley, I certainly think there is merit in thinking about this. We send very confusing messages to young people generally in society about the age of responsibility. Voting has one age. We've changed the age of marriage recently, but other things are allowed or prohibited at the age of 16. There's a proposal now that the age of voting should be reduced to the age of 16. I believe it has been already in either Scotland or Wales, I forget. And these are very confusing messages about the age of responsibility, and I don't think we should carry on just arbitrarily creating bans for young people without some coherence to what we're doing. And the amendment in the name of my noble friend Lord Parkinson certainly brings that to the fore, and I think should be used by the government to encourage some serious thought about this. Turning to my own amendment, number 18, I'll take in with it the two amendments in this group in the name of my noble friend Lord Howard of Rising, but glancingly only, because I'm not prepared to, I haven't prepared anything to say about them, but simply to rope them into mind, because they both have, they all have, all three amendments, have what in common. The fact that whenever one introduces a sweeping ban or a blunt instrument, there are always cases where unintended consequences arise that should be addressed through some careful attention to what exceptions should be allowed. And my particular amendment focuses on healthcare settings, particularly mental health care settings, and healthcare settings which will include establishments where people are detained. They're either voluntarily detained in a sense, but I'm familiar, for reasons I don't need to go into, I have visited such, I have had cause to visit such settings in the past. And even those who are voluntarily detained are gently voluntarily detained. Wandering outside the building is not encouraged, even for those who are voluntary patients, and of course is not allowed for those who are detained under the Mental Health Act. Such people, as the noble Baroness Lady Fox of Buckley says, are very often smokers. And hospital settings are an appropriate place to encourage smoking cessation programs. And that is what many mental health settings actually do. And the essential point I want to make here is that we are discussing vaping. And the bill does not ban vaping. I think we have a sort of an unclear mental attitude towards vaping around your lordship, around this committee. There are those who see it as something almost as bad as smoking. And there are others who see it as a positive solution, as it has been for me personally, actually, for those who want to give up smoking. And I think we need to realize that vaping has a very important place in smoking cessation. That is the government's policy to recognize that it has a very important place. And that there are occasions where vending machines, as in institutions, might be the only means by which people can have access to vape products, which would be beneficial as an alternative to smoking. So my amendment, and I think that those of my noble friend Lord Howard of Rising, are intended to probe this issue, to ask the government if they recognise that a general ban on vaping machines might have unintended consequences, and to test whether they are willing to listen to arguments and representations as to where exceptions might be appropriate.